Hey everybody, welcome. And tonight we are talking about your goals and how to bring the vision that we worked on your vision board last night or yesterday to life. First, I want to ask you if you're getting ready to jump on or you're looking at this video, did you work on your vision board today? I hope you did, and if not, I hope you will tomorrow or Saturday. Let's talk about it again Saturday. I'm actually thinking about giving it until Sunday. I know Sunday's Mother's Day, so maybe even Monday, so that we have some time for you guys to really put time into that vision board and create it. And I want to see your vision board. So let's move it from Saturday to Monday so that you have all day Saturday to work on it. Okay, so now we talked about your vision board. Well, to start off with, we have talked about your mindset and we talked about getting out of your own way, self-sabotage, and then we talked about your vision board, and now we're talking about goals. So there's a path that we're going to follow here. So I feel like when we talk about goals, believe me, I have been in business for a long time, and the one thing I know is that if you don't set goals, you don't have a calendar, you don't have a planner of some sort or a plan or a path to follow, that you're not likely to reach your goals. Whatever those goals might be. It could be business goals, relational goals, spiritual goals. It could be fitness and health goals. It could be goals for getting off medication. Whatever that goal might be, you need to have a path. So the very first thing I'm going to tell you about goals is that they need to be specific. So that just means that instead of just saying, I want to lose weight, or I want to increase my sales volume, you want to know, you want to be able to put down how much you want to increase your sales volume by and how much weight you want to lose. And then make sure it's measurable. So again, using what I just mentioned to you, what is the measure of that? And I always like to tie an emotion to it, because how will you feel when you've achieved that goal? Because I feel like that actually, once you've achieved it, you'll be able to go back and see what your feeling was as to how you thought you would feel when you achieved it, and then what the reality is. You also want to make sure you have a plan of action. So this is just really planning out the path that it takes to get to that goal, because not every goal is just setting the goal and executing it. Some goals are going to take time to execute. So I'll give you an example. I worked in sales for a number of years. I still do. But anytime I work in sales, I have to actually create a sales plan for myself. That just means the customers I'm going to go out to see, how many am I going to see a day, and how many of those translate into for me now, a demo, and how many of those demos does it take for me to get a sale, and then how many a week, how many a month, how many. So it goes from a day to a week to a month, and then quarter, and then annual. And so I don't have just a goal, just one goal that's just set. It's a moving, shifting goal. And so I feel like that should be the case in anything that you set up in your life. The other thing is that make sure it's an achievable goal. If it is so astronomical that you can't achieve it, then that could be you self-sabotaging again. You don't want to self-sabotage. Make sure it is achievable, that you have all the tools in your toolbox to achieve that goal. And if you don't, make sure that you have access to those tools, that you have friends or family, or you have a network of people that you can talk to, or you have an accountability partner or something of that nature to help you. Speaking of that, that's another great tool, is having an accountability partner. Anytime that you're doing pretty much anything in life, it's really great for you to have a support system. So if you have an accountability partner, whether it's in weight loss or achieving a goal, if you're trying to achieve a business goal, then that's usually your boss or your supervisor, or maybe it's a colleague, but you're going to have an accountability partner. But if you're at home and you're trying to get off medication or trying to work on a new project around the house, think about your spouses and giving them a honey-do list. You're their accountability partner. Not always does that work out the way you want it to. But if you have an accountability partner for any of those tasks, or to lose weight, or to get healthy, or get fit, exercise, whatever it might be, you're more likely to succeed. And what you'll do is you'll lift one another up when you're struggling. And then I'm going to tell you that the best way to be successful with any kind of goal setting is to reverse engineer it. So what I just did for you a moment ago was a little bit of that reverse engineering, where I talked about how many people I need to see, how many people I need to talk to a day to get to how many demos, and then those demos translate into what percentage of my closes. And so I have to go through and by experience kind of figure out what is that pathway to get to my goal. So if it's weight loss, for example, that's a simple one. If it's weight loss, and let's say I want to lose 20 pounds by June, well, probably that's not realistic, for one. And the other thing is that I've got to reverse engineer it. So the only way that I'm going to be able to lose that weight is for me to actually get in some exercise. How much time do I have? Can I get in 10, 20, 30 minutes a day of exercise? And what will that translate to? About a half a pound to a pound a week. So how many pounds can I lose by June? So that's how you reverse engineer your goals, whether it's health, fitness, business. That's just a simple example. And I think it's important to set short-term goals and long-term goals. So for example, I'm going to just use the health and fitness because it's just for simplicity purposes. But let's say you do want to lose 20 pounds between now and the end of the year. Well, that might be more achievable, but it's best to focus on small goals. So let's say in order to get there, you want to lose maybe 4 to 5 pounds a month. That's achievable. So you set those short-term goals, you can mark it off your list, and then it feels like, okay, I've achieved something here, I'm making progress, and then it motivates you, it inspires you to keep going. And then, and it's important within your goals to set priorities. If you've ever looked at a Franklin planner, they actually have things set up by A, B, C, D, E, F, G, in terms of what is your priority for that topic. So let's say you need to go out and you need to do a follow-up call for someone. Well, that's very important. You want to make sure that that's your top priority for that day, so you don't forget to follow up, because if you're in sales or business or customer service, if you don't follow up with someone, you can lose that customer. So you certainly want to follow up with them. But so set those priorities, whatever that might be. It might be something having to do with you and your children, or you and your family, or you and babysitting, or something you've got to get done during the day. Now, here's a big one. This is called Eat That Frog. Have you ever heard that saying? Eat the Frog is actually a book, and it's written by Brian Tracy. And I've read the book, and I feel like it's very inspiring. It's really about doing that thing that you dread the most first. And I'm guilty. I have things on my Eat the Frog list that I need to do that I haven't done. So if I just eat that frog, get it done, it's done. And then I can move on to the next thing. It seems like we get stuck in our head on one thing, and it kind of clouds our minds.